Hey, what's up guys? JC here, and what I'm bringing you guys today is the episode 3 into creating a DayZ map from scratch. What we're going to be talking about in this video is basically installing the tools needed to actually pack your map. We're going to be going over how to create a set of mission files to basically test in an offline version. It's pretty much the same thing if you were to put it to like a public server for people to go on and test, but there's a few more things that you have to change and just a few different ways to do it. So for just tutorial sake, this is basically getting it into an offline version. That way you can test your map as a local mod. You can go in, you can see if the buildings are setting the way you want them to set. You can, you know, just kind of check things like that, because when you're going into Bulldozer, you really can't see how things actually look. But once you go into the game, you can test it, make sure it's working, and then if you're happy with it, then you can actually upload it and create it to a live server. So this part may seem daunting, but honestly, this is one of the easier parts, if I'm being honest. So if you've been following along, we've talked about how to create a terrain, getting the terrain into Terrain Builder. We've talked about how you can change your mask and your satellite image, to how you see fit. So now we're going to go about getting this playable. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to open up your project, and then you're going to come up here to your file. You're going to export a WRP. So you want to put this into your project drive, and then you want to go to your map files, and then you're going to go into your world folder. And then I just like to name this what my map is called. So just YT map, and then we're going to save. And this is going to export everything. As you can see, it says 173 objects were placed. And this is our map size. So we just hit OK. At this point, we are done inside of Terrain Builder. So we're just going to minimize this for now. You're going to have to come to Makiro's tools. So if you don't have Makiro's tools already, I will link the website in the description, but you come to Makiro's tools, and then you're going to come up here to the downloads page. Once you come to the downloads page, as you can see, I don't even have the premium tools. You download this AIO installer, and this will just install all of the free tools needed. This is a very, very, very strong program. It will unbinarize configs. It will binarize your configs correctly. This is the only set of tools that will actually pack your map. If you try and use add-on builder inside of DayZ tools, this will not pack your map. So just get rid of that. And honestly, with all of the tutorials I've done for creating mods, I've done add-on builder. Once you get to understand this is a much better program. So once you install the AIO installer, you will get this program right here. This is just PBO project. It seems like there's a lot, and there is, don't get me wrong, but we're going to go over this, and we're going to make this as easy as possible for you. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to your setup. I'm going to sit here for a second. That way you can kind of pause the video. Make sure your settings look like this. The biggest thing is, by default, this is set to Arma 3. You want to make sure this is set to DayZ SA. And you just kind of want to, copy this, but for your map. So for instance, the WRP options, you're going to want to click the 3 little dots. We're going to go to our P drive, YouTube map, world, and then you're going to choose the config for your map. So once you're good here, then you're going to want to go to warnings and errors. Again, pause the video here. Make sure what I have selected is what you have selected. PBO project tends to, if it comes across an error, it can throw as a warning, or if it comes across a warning, it can throw as an error, vice versa, which will prevent your map from actually packing. So this is the way I have mine set up, and this works great for me. So once you've got all the boxes checked the correct way, you're just going to come through here and you just hit OK. And then we have our mod output folder. So this is where our mod is actually going to go. So where I send mine is to my D drive. I'm going to go to Steam. I'm going to go to, where's it at? Steam apps. I'm going to go to common. I'm going to open up my DayZ folder. And And then as you can see, we have some mods in here. These are just for like offline stuff. I'm going to create a new folder and I'm just going to call this @YouTube Map. Just like that. We're going to select this folder and then that's it. We just hit select folder. So it's going to go to Steam, Steam Apps, Common, DayZ, @YouTube Map. This is going to create an add-ons folder for you, so you don't have to go in there and create add-ons. So your primary source, this is where you're going to choose your map files. So we're just going to literally choose YouTube Map, and then we're just going to hit select the folder. So now what we're going to do, if you want to like just repack your world, like say you just placed buildings, you don't need to update your source folders or your satellite images. You literally just pack the world folder and you go like this, and then it'll just redo everything that's actually placed on the map. But for your first time, you're going to want to select the entire folder because you need to put all of your satellite images, your masks, and all of that stuff. The PBO name, you could name it YouTube Map. It's not going to name it, but it's not a big deal. And then you literally just hit crunch. Now, the more stuff you have on your map, the longer that this is going to take. If you're just packing the world folder, it typically goes a lot faster because it doesn't have to try and pack all of the satellite textures and the mask files. So it literally just packs what you actually have like placed on the map, roads and buildings and whatnot. We haven't really packed a whole lot of stuff into this map, so this should go fairly quick. And when it's done, you'll hear that hallelujah sound, and that tells us that it was a successful pack. If it doesn't pack correctly and there's an error, PBO project will tell you exactly what the error is. So once we've got that going, we're good. We now have packed we've packed our map. So if we come to our D drive and we go to Steam, we go to Steam Apps, Common, let's go into DayZ. I come in here to @YouTube Map, you'll see I have add-ons, and then bam, YouTube Map right there. Perfect, right? Right, good. So now let's back out of this. That's all good. But now what we need to do is we need to create a set of mission files for it. So I'm going to come down here to missions, and you'll see I have a set of, these are basically just offline tools missions. So it has COT included. So I'm going to take this empty Arcadia. I'm just going to copy it and I'm just going to paste it. For your instance, it'll be like a DayZ offline mode Chernarus Plus. You would just copy this one. And then we're going to rename this, we're going to name this empty dot whatever your map name is, case sensitive. So mine has not been capitalized. So it's just empty.YouTube map. And once you come in here, you'll see that it's basically just a set of mission files. That's all you need. It's still going to be based off of the Chernarus mission files. So like your zombies and stuff won't work, but we're not really getting into all of that. All we're getting into is just getting it into a version of DayZ that we can actually have a player on the ground. So once you've done this, you can close out of this, and then you're going to go to DayZ itself. And then this is where it gets just a little bit tricky, but it's okay. So you're going to want to come to mods. You're going to want to unload all of your mods, and you're going to want to add a local mod. So let's go to @DayZ, and we're going to load @YouTube. And so now YouTube mod was installed. Let's load that mod. This is our map mod. We're then going to go up here to parameters. You're going to want to turn on mods, and you're going to want to delete everything. Well, you won't have anything in this box, but you're going to want to click the 3 buttons. You're going to want to go to your D drive or wherever your Steam is located. Let's go to Steam Apps, Common, DayZ, and you're going to load your @YouTube map. So we're just going to select that folder, and then we're going to come down here and we're going to choose missions. So again, we're going to, this will be empty for you, but for me, there's something in here. So I'm just going to delete it. And now we're going to go back to our Common, our DayZ folder again. We're going to go into our missions, and I'm going to choose the empty.YouTube map, or whatever your map is called. Once that's all set, we're just going to hit play. And if we've done this correctly, we will be loading into our map that has COT, community online tools will automatically be installed on it, which just helps us be able to fly around, teleport, and kind of see what's what. You know what I mean? You'll know if you've done it right if this loads. If this gets to like halfway and then just stops, something is wrong, which is basically just like a normal DayZ server. Like whenever you're trying to load into a map, if it doesn't go to this second screen, something is definitely wrong. Make sure your mission files are named correctly, make sure your map's named correctly, make sure your mods are like actually being loaded, so on and so forth. Like I said, it shouldn't take long to load into this because there's really nothing on the map. But once you get like a really full-blown detailed map, it can take quite a little bit. It's basically like trying to load into, a fully populated map. So once we're in, it's okay if it looks like this. This is actually pretty good. This means our map is working. Like I said, we're using a Chernarus file, so chances are we are nowhere near our map. So you're just going to hit insert. Insert is the default fly key. And you're just going to fly around. And as I can already see our map over here. It's the white part. So we're going to just fly into our map. And here's all of the buildings that we placed. As you can see from the sky, it looks just like our satellite image, right? But then when we get close, we hit delete or end, one of the two, and then insert, and here we are. Now, as you can see on the ground, it's all of this short grass because this is our mask. And we went over this in our last video. The mask is what you see on the ground while you're on the ground. The satellite image is what you see from the sky and out in the distance. So if you wanted the ground to be snow, you would need to find a snow texture, which is inside the vanilla DayZ files now with Sakal. And you just need to add the snow texture to your layers.config, and then you would put it on the ground as your mask. But this is it. If you want, you can hit Y, which is the default menu. Go to the G, and you can just like spawn a sedan. And you're good to go. You're now inside a testable. Go ahead and start this sucker up. And you're inside a testable version of the game. Now, keep in mind the traction might not be the greatest in here. Simply because simply because the nav mesh hasn't been created. This nav mesh was created for Chernarus. You'd have to generate a nav mesh, but we're not going to really get into that in this video. Oh my god, look at this. What have we done? What have we done with these houses? But yeah, that's it. This is how we would get it onto on an offline test server. Now, if you wanted this to be on a regular live server, you would essentially do the same thing. You would pack the map into a folder, and we're going to use my Arcadia map as a reference. So you would pack your map into Arcadia. You would have an add-ons folder with your buy signs. You would have a key folder with your buy key. You would then have to go into DayZ tools, go to the DS utilities. This is just the way I do it. You can do all of this through PBO manager or PBO project, but I just like doing it this way. You would then find your map folder. Let's see here on my desktop, Arcadia, we go to add-ons. Whoops. Oh, this is my key. Hold on a second. That's our key. Sorry. Add a source directory. We'd go choose our add-ons folder. And then whenever you're looking for your key, this is where you would, create your key. You would use your private buy key. And then bam, you would be able to sign your map. And now you've actually created a mod. And then from this point, you would go on and you would upload it to the workshop. But to get these mission files, because you're going to need a set of mission files for your map to run on, all you would do is we'll use my server, for instance. Let's come here. Wrong server. So this one actually has a set of mission files for Arcadia, which is the map that I'm using right here. So all you would need to do is basically go onto a server, download the vanilla Chernarus files, and then just upload them and just literally change the name to empty.yourmapname. Keep in mind, doing this, the nav mesh isn't going to work. Like, none of that's going to work because all of that has to be generated. So you're still a long way off from getting it to like an actual live server, but that's not what this video was about. This video was me wanting to basically show you how to get it into an offline test mode and use those mission files. So hopefully I explained that well enough. If you have any questions, please, just leave a comment below. If you have any issues, you can join the Discord. There's a comment below on that. But that's really it. It's really that simple. It seems daunting, I promise you, but it's really not. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully this has been helpful. If it has, a thumbs up and a subscription would be greatly appreciated. We're really trying to grow the YouTube channel here. Share this video with your friends, all that stuff. Show your grandma. Do it up. I would really appreciate it. And then in our next video, I would like to go over how we can get modded items into the game. Say you want to create like custom assets, I can show you how to get those into the game because it's a little tricky. But we can go over that. We can show you how to get it in there, so on and so forth. So I really hope this has helped. And I really appreciate all the support on these videos here lately. I really do. So this one's a little bit shorter. It's not a whole lot more information to give. I kind of wanted, I like to do my tutorials very short and to the point. So again, hopefully this helped. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you guys later. Love you, buddy.